Well, hello. I know it's not as good as being bed in the shed, but today you have to put up with this. This is part 2 of the TT series. Today's question: does a rider make a difference with a TTT? You coming with me? Or are you going to sit there? Now you say, Ben, you're an idiot. Of course a rider makes a difference in a TTT. Well, yes. To be specific, does the rider that you follow make a big difference to the draft, the effort you have to do in the TTT? And that is a definite maybe. If you do follow some discussions on ZWIFT, there isn't anything that I can find as a definitive answer. It's not clear. So I thought I'd test it. Rather than go to ZWIFT and ask them directly, why bother doing that? It's just test it and then make assumptions about things that aren't very scientifically tested. Now, post in the comments below if you have a different outcome, and if you're from ZWIFT, definitely let me know if I'm wrong. But the way I tested was to use a 200 centimeter rider doing doing Tempest Fugit, and the segment I used was the long reverse. I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe I'll add it in the video title. And so I set a rider to ride at constant watts, and then rather than setting up a bot, I then rode as best as I could and as consistently as smooth as I could in the draft. I'm pretty confident that I can do this repeatedly. Obviously it's a sample size of 1, so statistically insignificant, but there was nothing that stood out in the test that means I could be bothered to do it again. So after completing that segment, I then changed the rider to 165 centimeters, lowered their output because obviously less drag means they're going to go faster, so it would skew the results a little bit. I didn't spend too much time trying to make it absolutely perfect. I ain't got time for that. Who's got time for that? I got it pretty close. We did the segment again around 11 seconds faster. And if you completely ignore changing the rider's height and you did the segment 11 seconds faster, you can expect a slightly higher output. Now, if there was a significant difference in following that rider, you'd expect a significant difference in the average watts. If you don't believe my result, you're more than welcome to try and do your own test and post below. And I'm more than open to accepting that I'm wrong. If there is a different result, it makes no difference to me. I've got no skin in the game, as they say, and more information is always better. But for me, I'm kind of happy.
I forgot to say one happy. I forgot to say one happy. I forgot to say one.
Well, did I say the result? So it's statistically insignificant, the difference. My average watts was only 2 watts difference. The extra 2 watts was to hold that slightly faster segment speed. Now, if there was a big difference in the draft, I'd expect that average watts to be a lot higher to try and achieve a faster segment time. So now I'm pretty confident they held the draft about the same over a 10-minute effort. That does seem pretty conclusive that I'm not going to bother riding. I'm not going to bother going around and around Tempest Fugit following a bot that isn't called Coco. I miss the Bowie Brevet days. That's my video for today. Sorry there wasn't enough shed for you shed fans out there. You just have to put up with some river footage on a pretty significant, a proper summer day. Supposed to be 38 degrees a little bit later on. We haven't had a very hot summer yet. Those that follow the tennis, we didn't get those significant 40-degree days. Alright, you can stay here. I'm off